Welcome back. Let's turn a bit more directly to the campaign trail. And Al, I want to play a little bit of a snippet of what the Trump campaign wants to make their negative ad, their sort of consistent attack ad message on Joe Biden. Let me play a montage of these various attack ads that they've been running against Biden over the last couple of weeks.
Joe Biden, China's candidate, Iran's candidate, and Osama's candidate. Joe Biden won't stand up to China. He never has. He never will.
China, 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 Al. They want to make it about China, but here's what John Bolton wrote about one specific meeting between Trump and Xi. He then stunningly turned the conversation to the coming U.S. presidential election, alluding to China's economic capability to affect the ongoing campaigns, pleading with Xi to ensure he'd win. He stressed the importance of farmers and increased Chinese purchases of soybeans and wheat in the electoral outcome. I would print Trump's exact words, but the government's pre-publication review process has decided otherwise. Vanity Fair got a hold of unredacted notes during the lawsuit, and it says, make sure I win. Al, how much does this sort of undercut what the campaign thought would be an effective message against Biden?
Well, first, I've known John Bolton for almost 4 decades and know him well, not just casually. And I believe John Bolton. He may have many faults, but he's a truth teller. And so I take anything he says about China and the presidency as alarming. Look, China right now is kind of trumping, pardon the pun, on Hong Kong. They're invading the border with India. Relations with China are horrible. The information about China's intelligence breaches are also quite alarming. And so I don't know that it's a good idea to harp on China, but I do know they expect Joe Biden to do so. And so this is a way to neutralize Biden's campaign and taking on Trump regarding China and his record on China. I call it a way to try to get even on China. I don't see a plus one way or the other with the ads.
Well, and in this case, the Democrats are also going to try to make hay of China. Yamiche, I want to show this graphic of the matchup between Biden and Trump and how very slowly it's sort of been. It's one of those things. If you check day to day, you think, oh, the presidential race doesn't change that much until you look at it over a 3-month period. And as you can see here, the race has basically gone from about a 3-point race on April 15th, a little before April 15th, to where it is now close to double digits. And what's got to be alarming for Team Trump is the Trump number is eroding faster in some ways than the Biden number is growing.
I think that's why you see the president feeling like he had to go out on the campaign trail to try to reinvigorate his base, to try to get those numbers higher up. The president will say that he's not overly concerned about poll numbers, and as we saw in 2016, there's a lot of signs and a lot of people saying, like, don't think about these numbers too much. That said, the spread is growing, and it's pretty clear that Joe Biden, by staying at home mostly, and by making very select visits to places, that he has a strategy that's working for him. I should say I was just talking to the Biden campaign this morning, and they told me that they're rushing to make an ad out of President Trump saying that he was going to be slowing down coronavirus testing. The White House says he was joking, but he said that at a rally. So what Joe Biden's campaign is feeling like is if we kind of sit back and let President Trump do things like not mention George Floyd's name in the middle of a 90-minute speech, his first on the campaign trail, that if he keeps doing stuff like that, we can just point to President Trump and not overthink or really have the gas that we know Joe Biden at times has made.
It's been interesting, Carol, the Trump campaign is desperately trying to make hay that, hey, Joe Biden doesn't answer questions, Joe Biden doesn't campaign, Joe Biden does this. Come on, media, get him out there. It reminds me of a losing football team going, why won't they pass? Why are they punting? Why are they kneeling down? Why are they running out the clock? Yeah, there's a reason they're running out the clock. They're winning.
Right. That's right. And, one of the things I was talking to some President Trump's campaign allies yesterday, and one of the things that they plan to do on top of trying to tether Joe Biden to the idea that he's not going to be tough on China is to rebrand Joe Biden. What they know is that they believe voters think they know who Joe Biden is, and what they're trying to do, and they're going to get really aggressive on this, we've already seen some of it, is to basically say, this is not the Joe Biden that you know. This is somebody who is not fit to be president. He's not all there mentally. They're really going to go at the idea that he is not fit for office because he's unwell. And so it's all, and that's just one of many ways in which they're reaching back for their 2016 playbook.
Yeah, it's an odd thing to hit Biden on when the president keeps bringing up this issue with his own health watch on that front as well. An odd amount of time he spent on that. I have to wrap it there. That is all we have for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for trusting us. A big happy Father's Day to everyone out there who's a dad. And we'll be back next week, because if it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
More American